day. Kindly follow me on my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. In this video for grade 9 mathematics, we will talk about the last lesson for your second quarter, and that is the radical equations. It also involves the word problems involving the radical equations. So ano nga ba ang radical equations? It is an equation whose unknown quantity is in the radicand, or ang variable x or any variable ay nasa loob ng radical sign. So, heto ang mga halimbawa ng radical equation and not radical equation. So, dito muna tayo sa radical equation. 3 square root of x plus 5 equals 20. So, halimbawa ito ng radical equation dahil ang unknown quantity or variable x ay isang radicand. Another, square root of 2x minus 3 equals x plus 2. So, meron ding unknown quantity or variable x sa loob ng radical sign. Some variable x are found in the radicand. Ano naman yung mga halimbawa ng hindi radical equation? X square root of 3 plus 5 equals 20. So kung mapapansin nyo, ang unknown quantity o ang variable x ay nasa labas ng radical sign or hindi siya radicand, therefore hindi ito halimbawa ng radical equation. Another, x plus cube root of 3 equals 2 cube root of 3. At ganun pa rin, so ang variable x ay nasa labas ng radical sign, so hindi ito halimbawa ng radical equation. Variable x is not part of radicand. So let's now have the examples. Number 1, solve for the value of x in square root of x equals 7. So para mahanap natin yung quantity or yung value ng x dun sa ating given radical equation, we have to follow the rules in solving radical equations. First step is to write the equation such that the radical containing the unknown is on one side of the equation. So, kailangan yung nawawalang value ng x ay nasa one side ng equation. So, palagi po natin sundan yung left side. So, let us rewrite the given radical equation, square root of x equals 7. Since nasa left side na ang ating radical, so proceed tayo sa second step, combine similar terms. Kung mapapansin nyo, wala na tayong kailangan pang i-combine. So, hindi pwedeng i-combine ang square root of x at 7 dahil magkaiba silang ng value. So, 7 is constant and x is, or square root of x is a radical. Step 3, raise both sides of the equation to a power same as the index of the radical. The equation should be free of radical to complete the solution. So dito, para ma-cancel natin or maalis dito ang square root symbol, kailangan natin sila lagyan pareho ng exponent na katumbas ng index ng radical. So since ito ay square root, ibig sabihin 2 yun nandito. So we have to multiply both sides of the radical equation as squared para ma-cancel natin yung square root. So, this will become x raised to 2 over 2 equals 49. Because kapag tinransform natin sa radical, sa rational exponent, ang square root of x quantity squared, yung 2 na numerator, iyon yung ating naging exponent kanina na 2, and then yung denominator, iyon yung index ng ating given radical. Kaya naging 2 over 2. Remember, kapag walang nakalagay na number dito na index, automatic that is square root or 2. Next, 7 squared or 7 times 7 is 49. So next is to simplify 2 over 2, which is x, or i-cancel natin yung squared dito na exponent at yung symbol na radical. Therefore, the final answer is 49. Fourth step, check if the value or values obtained will make the original equation true. So, paano natin malalaman na tama yung sagot natin na 49? We will just have to substitute the answer or yung nakuha nating sagot doon sa given radical equation. So, let's start the checking. Square root of x equals 7 will now become square root of 49 equals 7. Ang square root ng 49 is 7. Therefore, 7 equals 7 is true. Second example, solve square root of x squared minus 256 equals 0. Again, let us follow the given steps. Number 1, write the equation such that the radical containing the unknown is on one side of the equation. So, i-rewrite lang natin yung ating given radical equation since ang radical o ang may radical sign ay nasa left side na lang o nasa isang side lang ng ating equation. Second step is to combine similar terms. So since wala pang similar terms, let us proceed on the third step. Raise both sides of the equation to a power same as the index of the radical. The equation should be free of radical to complete the solution. So again, ang goal natin is makancel yung square root symbol. So since ang index niya dito ay 2 or square root, so let us multiply both sides of the equation to 2 or yung exponent na 2. Okay, so again, maglalagay tayo ng exponent na 2 sa both sides of the equation para makancel natin yung square root symbol since ang index na itong given nating radical equation ay square root. So let us cancel the exponent 2 on the left side of the equation and the square root symbol. So ang matitira na lang ay x squared minus 256 and then 0 squared is equal to 0 because 0 times 0 is 0. So paano natin mahahanap ang value ng x? We have to transpose the constant which is negative 256 to the right side of the equation para ang matira na lang sa left side ay x squared. So, kapag nagta-transpose tayo sa other side of the equation, ang sign ng constant ay magiging o magbabago. So, since ito ay negative, so kapag tin-transpose, ito ay magiging positive and this will become x squared equals to positive 256. So, wala pa tayong value ng x dito dahil may exponent na 2 ang variable x. So, paano ba natin matatanggal ang exponent na 2 dyan? So, ang gagawin natin, since may exponent na 2, we have to find the square root of x squared and the square root of 256. Again, since ang pinag-uusapan natin ay equation, kung anong ginawa nyo sa kaliwa, ganun din dapat ang gagawin nyo sa kanan ng equation. Okay, so let us get the square root of x squared. Kapag naghahanap tayo ng square root of x squared, ika-cancel lang natin yung exponent na 2 and yung radical sign since ang index nito ay 2. Therefore, the final answer or the value of x is 16 because 16 times 16 is 256. Therefore, the square root of 256 is 16. Fourth step is to check if the value or values obtained will make the original equation true. So again, isa-substitute lang natin yung nakuha nating 16 doon sa ating radical equation. So let us now have the checking. Let us substitute 16 to the variable x. So this will become square root of 16 squared minus 256 equals 0. The square root of 16 squared or 16 squared is 256. So this will become square root of 256 minus 256 equals 0. And then isubtract natin yung nasa loob ng radical sign. Square root of 0 equals 0. The square root of 0 is 0. So 0 equals 0 is correct. Third example, solve cube root of x minus 6 equals 3. So, kung kanina, puro square root yung ating halimbawa, so dito naman, meron tayong index which is 3 or cube root. So, let us now follow the steps. Write the equation such that the radical containing the unknown is on one side of the equation. So, i-rewrite lang natin since natira na sa left side ang may radical sign. Second step is to combine similar terms. So, wala tayong i-combine. Since ang negative 6 ay kasama ng x or kabilang siya sa radicand, hindi natin siya pwedeng i-combine sa constant na 3. Number 3, raise both sides of the equation to a power same as the index of the radical. The equation should be free of radical to complete the solution. So, dito, ano nga ba yung ilalagay natin na exponent sa both side ng equation para makancel natin yung cube root? So, that is the exponent which is 3. So, let us now cancel the exponent 3 and yung ating index which is 3. So again, since naglagay tayo ng exponent na 3 dito sa left side, ganun din yung gagawin natin sa right side since we are talking about equation or equality. Okay, so kapag na-cancel na yung index at yung exponent, ang matitira na lang ay x minus 6 and then 3 cube is 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. Next, paano natin mahahanap yung value ng x? I-combine natin yung common terms or yung similar terms by transposing negative 6 to the right side of the equation. So this will become x equals 27 plus 6. And then, i-add lang natin yung 27 at 6. Therefore, the value of x is 33. Last step, check if the value or values obtained will make the original equation true. So, ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin. Isa-substitute natin yung 33 na nakuha natin na value ng x doon sa ating radical equation. So, for the checking, cube root of 33 minus 6 equals 3. And then, isusubtract lang natin yung 33 at 6. So, this will become cube root of 27 equals 3. Kapag sinabing cube root, ano yung number na kapag minultiply ng tatlong beses, ang sagot dapat ay 27. So, that is 3. 3 plus 3, as 3 is equal to 3. Fourth example, solve 4 plus square root of x minus 2 equals x. Kung mapapansin nyo, dalawa na yung ating variable x. So, kailangan kapag nakuha natin yung sagot dito sa left side, mag-i-equal siya dun sa value mismo ng x sa right side. So, again, let us follow the rules. Write the equation such that the radical containing the unknown is on one side of the equation. So, kailangan ng matitira lang sa left side ng equation ay yung may radical symbol. So, we have to transpose positive 4 to the right side of the equation. So, this will become square root of x minus 2 equals x minus 4. Second step is to combine similar terms. So, hindi natin pwedeng i-combine ang variable sa constant. Let us proceed on the third step. Raise both sides of the equation to a power same as the index of the radical. So, kailangan makancel natin yung square root symbol dito. So, i-erase natin sila sa exponent na 2, both sides. So, that will become square root of x minus 2 quantity squared equals x minus 4 quantity squared. Question, bakit tayo naglagay ng open and close parentheses, tapos tsaka lang tayo naglagay ng exponent na 2? Ito ay dahil kailangan yung exponent na 2 ay sakop ang x at negative 4. Kaya naging x minus 4 quantity squared. Kasi kapag sa 4 lang natin nilagay yung exponent na 2, hindi natin maiilagay or hindi natin mai-square yung x. So, ganito yung proper way on how to square the binomial. Next is, i-cancel natin yung exponent na 2 sa left side and yung radical sign. Hindi tayo magka-cancel dito sa right side since wala tayong nakikitang radical sign. So, matitira na lang dyan sa left side ay x minus 2. And then, yung right side naman ay i-apply natin yung square of a binomial wherein we have to square the first term, 2 times the product of a and b or first and second term, and square of the second term. So, kapag sinabing square of the first term, that is x squared or x times x is x squared. Next is, imumultiply natin yung 2 sa 4 at sa x, or 2 sa negative 4 at sa x. Kaya naging 2 times negative 4 is negative 8 times x, that is negative 8x. And then, i-square naman natin yung second term, negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Next, kailangan natin itong ayusin in standard form. So, kailangan lahat ng may variable x o lahat ng ito ay mapupunta sa left side at ang matitira dapat sa right side ay yung 0. So, kapag itatranspose natin ang x squared, negative 8x at positive 16 sa left side, magbabago ang kanilang sign. So, magiging negative x squared plus x plus 8x minus 16 minus 2 equals 0. So, isa-isahin natin. Yung x squared positive, itatranspose sa left side, so magiging negative x squared. Yung x ay naging positive pa rin dahil nasa left side na siya automatic. And then next is positive 8x, negative 8x sa right, napunta sa left, so naging positive. Positive 16 napunta sa left, so naging negative. And then yung negative 2, automatic nasa left na siya, so kinopya lang, equal 0. And then, question, so kapag kapag negative sign ng x squared, kailangan po natin gawin niyang positive para mahanap natin yung factors mamaya. So, paano natin yan gagawin? Positive. We have to multiply the whole equation into negative 1 because negative times negative is positive. Or simple lang, palitan lang natin lahat ng sign ng given terms ng kanilang opposite. So, ito ay magiging positive x squared minus x minus 8x plus 16 plus 2 equals 0. So, kung mapapansin nyo, lahat po yan ay nagbago ng sign since kailangan maging positive yung sign ng x squared. And then, let us combine like terms. Kung mapapansin nyo, meron ditong like terms, yung negative x at negative 8x since tulad sila ng exponent which is 1. So, ito ay magiging x squared minus 8x, x squared minus 9x plus 18 equals 0. So, negative x and negative 8 ay naging negative 9x. Yung positive 16 at positive 2 ay naging positive 18. Next, para mahanap natin yung value ng x, so kailangan meron tayong dalawang value ng x since meron tayong x squared. So, we have to find the factors. Ano yung dalawang number na kapag minultiply ay positive 8 at kapag pinag-minus or pinag-plus, that is negative 9. So, those factors are x minus 6 at x minus 3 equals 0. Because negative 6 times negative 3 is positive 18 and negative 6 plus negative 3 is negative 9. So, let us equate these both into 0. So, the value of x are x equals positive 6 and x equals positive 3. Paano naging positive yung 6 and 3? Kapag tinranspose natin or inequate natin sa 0, yung x, itatranspose natin yung negative 6, so magiging positive. Yung negative 3, ganun din, kapag tinranspose to the other side of the equation, ito ay magiging positive. Last step, check if the value or values obtained will make the original equation true. So, isa-substitute natin yung 6 at 3 sa radical equation. So, let us now have the checking. This will become 4 plus square root of 6 minus 2 equals 6. Since may variable x pa sa right side ng equation or ng radical equation, ilalagay din natin dito yung nakuha nating value ng x o ng unang x which is 6. And then, isubtract muna natin 4 plus square root of 4 equals 6. And then, since may square root ang 4, let us get the square root. So, magiging 4 plus 2 equals 6. So, 4 plus 2 is 6 equals 6. So, that is correct. Proceed na tayo sa value which is 3. 4 plus square root of 3 minus 2 equals 3. Kunin ang difference ng 2 at 3. So, magiging 4 plus square root of 1 equals 3. Ang square root ng 1 is 1. So, 4 plus 1 is 5. And 5 is not equal to 3. So, only 6 makes the equation true. Hence, 6 is the solution of the equation. 3 is an extraneous or extraneous root of the quadratic equation. Let us now proceed on the word problems involving radical equations. First situation, the square root of the sum of a number and 9 is 6. Find the number. So, dito para lang tayo nag-word problem or nagsosolve ng word problem involving the number. So, ang kaibahan lang, kailangan nating i-involve yung square root symbol or yung radical sign. So, let's have the solution. Let x be the number and sabi dyan, square root of the sum of a number and 9. So, kailangan nating i-square root ang sum ng x at ng 9. So, x plus 9 will be the sum of the number and 9. And then, let us now have the equation. Sabi dyan, square root of the sum. So, i-square root natin yung x plus 9. Yung word na is, iyon yung nag-i-stand or nagre-represent sa equal sign. And then, the answer must be 6. Find the number. So, ito na yung ating equation or radical equation. Let us now proceed on to solving. Again, our goal is to cancel the radical sign. So, paano natin ika-cancel? Let us raise both sides of the radical equation to the exponent, which is the same as the power of the index. So, this will become square root of x plus 9 quantity squared equals 6 squared. Hindi na natin kailangan pang maglagay ng parentheses since isang term lang yan. And then, let us now cancel the exponent 2 and the radical sign. So, ang natira na lang ay x plus 9 equals 36 because 6 times 6 is 36. Next is to combine like terms. Kailangan i-combine natin ang positive 9 sa positive 36. Pero kapag magta-transpose tayo to the right side of the equation, ang sign ng positive 9 ay magiging negative. So this will become x equals 36 minus 9. And then isusubtract lang natin yung dalawang number, therefore, the value of x is 27. Second situation, 5 times the square root of a number is 5. Find the number. So, i-represent muna natin yung the number. So, let x is equal to the number. And then, sabi dyan, 5 times the square root of the number. So, 5 times, ibig sabihin, imumultiply natin ang 5 sa square root ng the number. So, this will become 5 square root of x, which stands for 5 times the square root of a number. So, again, ang tinutukoy na a number is yung variable x. So, square root, naglagay tayo ng square root symbol, and then minultiply natin sa 5, is 5. So, let us now have the radical equation. This will become 5 square root of x equals 5. Next is, again, ang goal natin is makancel yung square root symbol. Pero, hindi natin pwede niyang i-cancel agad kapag may katabi siyang coefficient. So, since ito ay multiplication, i-apply natin yung reciprocal ng multiplication which is division para makancel natin yung 5 dito. So, let us divide both sides by 5 para makancel yung ating coefficient sa left side ng radical sign. So, this will become square root of x equals 1 because 5 divided by 5 is 1. And then, ika-cancel na natin yung radical sign by raising both sides to the same as the power of the index. So, 2 yung nilagay natin since ang sign natin is, o ang radical sign natin is square root. So, i-cancel na natin yung exponent na 2 at yung radical sign. Ang natira na lang ay x. And then, 1 squared is 1 times 1. Therefore, the value of x is 1. Third situation, a ladder 12 feet tall leans against the wall of a building. The ladder touches a point of the wall 6 feet from the ground. How far is the foot of the ladder from the building? So let us assume that we have the given building. Nakasandal daw ang hagdan, which is ang haba ng hagdan is 12 feet. And then, ang ladder ay nag-touch ng isang point sa building. So, ang haba daw ng point na ito papunta dun sa baba ng building is 6 feet. And then, ang hinahanap natin is yung distance or yung layo ng dulo ng ladder or paanan ng ladder doon sa building. So, let's have the solution. Let L be the length of the ladder, H be the height, and kailangan natin gamitin yung formula ng Pythagorean theorem since naka-form tayo dito ng right triangle. So, ang formula niya is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Wherein yung c squared or yung c, iyon yung paslant or yung tinatawag nating hypothesis. So, i-assume natin or ilagay natin yon as the length of the ladder. And then yung A po, iyon po yung shorter leg ng right triangle which is yung height. And then yung B squared, iyon yung longer leg sa right triangle which is yung hinahanap nating distance. So since ang hinahanap natin ay yung value ng distance o value ng B, so let us transpose positive b squared to the left side of the equation. So this will become b squared equals c squared minus a squared. So shinortcut na natin kapag tinranspose natin tong positive b squared sa left side, magiging negative. Pero kailangan ay maging positive to, so pinalitan ulit natin ng sign ang b squared. Ang a squared ay naging negative a squared. At yung c squared na tinranspose dapat natin dito na negative ay naging positive. Okay, so, isubstitute na natin yung mga letters na D, L at H. Yung B squared ay naging D squared since iyon yung hinahanap natin. Yung hypothesis o yung paslant, iyon yung length ng ladder kaya naging L squared minus H squared or yung height. Okay, so let us now substitute. D squared equals 12 squared minus 6 squared. Yung length natin is 12, kaya naging 12 squared. And yung h natin is 6, kaya naging 6 squared. Okay, so let us now eliminate the exponent 2 or squared dun sa d. Paano natin yan naalisin? Simple lang, lalagyan lang natin ng square root symbol yung right side ng equation, kaya magiging d equals square root of 12 squared minus 6 squared. Okay, next is to simplify yung nasa loob na ng radical sign. So, ito ay magiging d equals square root of 144 minus 36. Because 12 squared is 12 times 12, which is 144. 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is equal to 36. And then, isubtract na natin, that is 108. Since hindi eksakto o walang square root ang 108, hanapin natin yung dalawang factors na kung saan ang isa dapat ay perfect square or perfect square root. So that is 36 times 3, which is equal to 108. And then kukunin lang natin yung square root ng 36. Therefore, the value of the distance is 6 square root of 3. Fourth situation, the area of a square lot is 162 square meters. How long is the side of the square? What is its perimeter? So, para mahanap natin yung perimeter, kailangan muna nating sagutan yung unang question, which is how long is the side of the square? So, kailangan nating malaman ang sukat ng side or ng bawat side ng square using the formula of the area of a square. So, for the solution, ang formula ng area of the square is A equals S squared. So, since meron na tayong value ng area, isubstitute natin yung 162 sa letter A equals S squared since ang hinahanap natin ay side. Okay, i-rewrite natin to as S equals square root of 162. So, pinagpalit lang natin yung posisyon ng dalawa, hindi magbabago yung sign since pareho silang nalipat. And then yung S squared, inalis na natin yung squared ng S, and then ginawa lang natin square root yung 162. Hindi sakto o walang eksaktong square root ang 162, so ano nga ba yung dalawang factors na kailangan? Yung isa ay perfect square root, so that is 81 times 2. And then, hanapin lang natin yung square root ng 81, ilalagay natin sa labas ng radical sign and then matitira sa loob ng radical sign ng 2 since hindi siya perfect square. So, the value of the side or S is 9 square root of 2. Next is to answer the perimeter. Ang formula ng perimeter ng square is P equals 4S. So, kailangan nating hanapin yung value ng P or ng perimeter by multiplying 4 dun sa nakuha nating value na side which is 9 square root of 2. So, imumultiply lang natin yung dalawang coefficients, 4 times 9, and then itatabi lang natin yung square root na 2, therefore, the perimeter is 36 square root of 2. Let us now summarize what we have learned about the radical equations. So, for solving radical equations, first step is to write the equation such that the radical containing the unknown is on one side of the equation. Second is to combine similar terms. Third is raise both sides of the equation to a power same as the index of the radical. The equation should be free of radical to complete the solution. So, ang technique dito sa ating third step, kung ano yung root ng ating given radical sign, doon natin iyon yung imumultiply nating exponent. So, kung ang given na radical equation ay square root, imumultiply natin sa squared. Kapag ang given is fifth root, imumultiply natin sa 5. Fourth step is to check if the value or values obtained will make the original equation true. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or suggestions, feel free to comment below. Enjoy learning mathematics. God bless us all.